Hello and welcome to this short video on how to create users on the new DDD Dashboard website. I'm going to show you some of the new features, but I will be skipping the typical features that were found on the previous dashboard. So this video is just going to cover some of the newer features. So let's log in. Once you log in, you should land on your landing page or your login entity. Mine is South Africa, yours might not be that, yours might be a province or a district. And yeah, this is the normal DDD Dashboard website. And if you want to create new users or edit users or view your account, you'll go to the settings icon and scroll down to my account, and this will allow you to see your personal details, your personal account details. You can change them, update them, as well as view what roles or privileges have been assigned to your account. A very important one is the user admin role. This role allows you to create and edit existing users on the dashboard website. If you don't have that role, it won't appear in this section, and you won't be able to access the functionality of editing or creating users. So I'm just going to exit this and go to the account management section. Again, if you don't have user admin, you won't be able to click on account management. So when you click on account management, this screen appears, or this pop-up menu appears, and you'll click create user if you would like to create a new user. Once you click create user, a window will appear, and you will need to insert the required information to create this new user. So I am just making this stuff up. joe@soap.com. The password email, as you know, allows you to also receive the email notification for when the user is created, so that you can help that user retrieve their password if, for instance, they don't have access to their email. jeff@notmyemail.com, and then you can choose to insert your ID number, and then you can choose the designation of the user. So let's say we're creating a district director's account. So you'll see there's a lot more options now on the new dashboard for designations, and we need to find district director. You then will add the district director's work telephone number, cell phone number if you have it. You can set a new data threshold, which will manage on what term they land on when they log into their dashboard. If you put in 25, they will only land on the latest term if at least 25% of the data is available for that term. Otherwise they will land on the previous term. You then need to choose the login level for that user, and it's a district director, so we will choose district. That makes sense, and you will see all of a sudden the roles assigned to a district director automatically appear in the linked box. In the older version, you would have to manually choose those roles for that user. It doesn't mean that you can't change these roles. You can still click on certain roles and remove them, and you can still add certain roles that aren't automatically assigned. So functionality is not restricted, but what is quite nice is that the dashboard tells you what the right roles should be for that district director. And as you can see here, we're allowing district directors to create or edit users as well as view personal information. Right, so if you don't know what the roles mean, you just click on them and it will tell you at the bottom. We then need to choose a district for this user, and continue. What you will notice though is designations are linked to login levels. So for instance, if we were creating a district director, however we chose a cluster level as a login, no roles are automatically applied and you will have to manually add those roles. This is because a district director should not be logging in at a cluster level. It's an illogical combination. Similarly, you wouldn't be able to choose a cluster leader from the menu and then choose a provincial or district login level. You could choose that and create the user, but the roles won't be automatically applied. So for instance, if we were creating a circuit level user, we would then have to choose a circuit level designation in order for the roles to be automatically applied. So let's choose circuit manager, and now you'll see the correct roles are applied for that user. But again, you can add or remove certain roles as you wish. So let's say we are creating a circuit level user, a circuit manager account, and we now need to choose a circuit. So we'll choose a circuit. You'll then have the view level option at circuit automatically, but you can choose levels above that. So let's say we want to choose province. So this circuit manager in Altona can still view data for the entire province, but they won't be able to view sensitive data in geographies outside of their own circuit. So the user has the PI viewer role, which allows them to view learner and educator information. However, at the view level, at the provincial level, they won't be able to see sensitive information, and they won't be able to create accounts outside of their circuit, only within their circuit and below. So for instance, accounts for team members within the circuit office, or for team members or for educators and principals at a school level. They won't be able to create accounts at the provincial level or at the district level. And then you simply go and click save and the user is created. One important role is the PI user admin role. If the user does not have the PI user admin role, they won't be able to assign the PI viewer role. So for instance, if I did not have this role, I would not be able to create a circuit manager account, because the circuit manager account requires PI viewer. In that case, if I did try to do that, a error message or a warning message will appear to say that I do not have the correct privileges to create that account. What is also important is the user admin role. So because I have the user admin role, or let's say the circuit manager account I'm creating has the user admin role, that circuit manager can create accounts. However, I have not granted the circuit manager the PI user admin role. So the accounts that the circuit manager can create are only accounts without the PI viewer role. And so the reason why we've done this is to not restrict users from creating additional users, such as the circuit manager, or from viewing sensitive information, but to manage how many of these users in the system are able to create new accounts with PI viewer. PI viewer allows you to view sensitive information for educators and learners, and so to protect the dashboard, the project, and the actual users themselves, we would like to restrict how many of these users can grant other users access to sensitive information. Having said that, if this circuit manager does need to create new accounts with the PI viewer role, I can simply still add the PI user role to the circuit manager. However, it's very important that we then train that circuit manager on how to correctly assign this PI user admin and the PI viewer role to new accounts, because that circuit manager is now responsible for the accounts he or she creates, and we wouldn't want that user to get in some sort of trouble because they've allowed access to sensitive information. So according to the automatic roles, circuit managers are allowed to view sensitive information. They need to access data to educators and learners, but there is no need for them to create additional accounts that also have the PI viewer role. Again, if that circuit manager does need it, there's nothing stopping us from assigning that role, but we do need to manage it quite carefully. Otherwise, the project role is another role that's really just for DDD project members. The training role as well. For now, in the future, we might allow external users to use the calendar function. And yeah, the PI user admin role is only assigned to certain members, typically those that are responsible for creating new accounts. Again, we just need to make sure that we train those users on exactly how that role needs to be applied and the risks of having access to that privilege. And that's it. If you have any questions or comments, simply leave those comments in the comment section below, and I'll try and respond to those messages or questions as soon as possible. If you are a DDD team member and you're watching this video and you'd like to share this video with other users, send them the link via email, and they can also ask questions on how to create or manage accounts on the new DDD dashboard. Thank you very much, and I hope you found this video useful.